It's fine. Get up, I get up. I'm feeling when I should lose a focus. Come on, be a good I shouldn't gonna stay focused. Opportunities.
Akusukume wonke umuntu osenkantolo yimina kumhlolisha uMekumele Shumbo yimina ngiphethe lenkantolo okuyiSpani bafethu sengingahlala phansi nethezeke ngimthulele uhlelo namhlanje sibheka ke ezokuvikela nengalo ende eyomthetho phecelezi bayibiza ngokuthi icriminal justice system bafethu samba nensiza okudala ke ifuna ungena kulomkhakha njengoba ke ithanda ukunceda abantu phinde futhi bakhusele khona la ekhaya kola kaMthamiya insizwa ke azange izinto zakhe zihambe kahle bafethu njengoba ke sithola seyilaphana ke endaweni eziphezulu khona laphana ku National Prosecutor Authority bafethu njengoba ke bane program yokuqeqesha Aspirant prosecutors yila sohlangana naye khona simbuza ukuthi kungani ke akhethe ukungena kulomkhakha ngithi accused number 1 offense phakamisa isandla sakho sokudla uphinde lamagama I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth so help me Spani you have been officially sworn in sengiyazi lento ezoyikhuluma iqiniso ngithi khuluma wena mlomo.
My mother has always been the pillar of my strength and to this day she still is. Ke goletse go majemantsho ko Mafikeng and ke godile ke godisiwa ke mama a le wane ne re dula re le bararo ene le nna mama le my sister re filwe Nkgwang at the time ne re santse re dula mo Mkhukhung in the same yard ko ke tswang ko teng ene le one big room ene divided ka curtain basically ene le go ira kitchen on the one side and bedroom on the other side. And then mama khona go aga ntlo as time went by. Ka montsa a re tsenya sekolo from her small income. Ke simolotse sekolo sa ka ko Lomanyane primary school. Luckily enough ne ke khona go ithuta ka speed, ke khona go ithuta ka bonako. Mela gona le so se le sengwe se leng gore ne ba nkgalemela sone thata ha ke tla ke gola ne ke le stotu you know I remember ibile ne ba mpitsa ditsebe ba ra kena tsebe. When I was doing standard 1 ne gona le teacher o mongwe Mrs. Kaling. There's a point I remember I ruta how to pronounce maina a dikgwedi tse di different in a year in Africans. So o fitla mo go ena a re January and then when you have to repeat what she said. Are Marchwari or Marchwari Ahoshapi. You have to say it right. It's January, February, March, April, and May, and then we have the bofelo. I get like a whole banne ba le batona mo go rona le ka di grades. Bana le these tendencies tsa gore how paketso go gae ba go jela skafti how o itsamela go ngwela sekolo tswile ba go tsela dibuka ba go tsela dipene ba gile ba tsela le ditlhako ke ile gae ke sa rola ditlhako because ne ke le stotu in my nature ha ke le monyana mama would say no ke dilatlhile I'm just making excuses. I then told one of my teachers gore this is the situation and then luckily enough those people were reprimanded and it never happened ever after that. Offense ke kopane le ene ka 2004. Ne re simola ga go tsena sekolo ko Letsatsing Science High School. It was the school back then gore ha o tsena ko Letsatsing you'll be this product e leng gore mo le mongwe o tla e rata. The reason why I went to Letsatsing Science High School was that I was now having this great idea of being a civil engineer. 2007, ke mo ile go na apply ko UJ, but it happened gore di marks tsa gage ne di se good on that subject and ba tla go dira. They wanted me to upgrade physical science. I thought to myself, I'm not going to spend another year upgrading one subject. The time I attended primary school, it was soon after 94, you know, and there was this ongoing celebration here, the life of Nelson Mandela. I was able to find out what Mandela Emily and Ateni. That's when I thought to myself, ke batla go nna attorney le nna. At one point of my life ba kile ba mbulia go primary, I knew that ke batla go ikemela and ke kgone go emela le ba leng gore ba palelwa ke go ikemela bone themselves. I ke simolla first year ka ko Northwest University ko Mafikeng ka 2007. O kana sta feditse ko TUT, but ka go tlhoka lesego o ne a sa kgone go kreya phatlatiro. Now ko tertiary o kgona go bona gore the chunk ya tšhelete e tsena mo ntlong e tseiwa ke my fees tsa go ya sekolong. That in discourage a little bit, you know. I remember ke kreya statement sa ka sa di results. I had failed most of my modules tse ne ke dira in that semester. I went back home, got that statement ka se bontsha mama. She cried. Hey, ulile mama, ulile thata fela, like it was hard for her. There was this one line in the mama tlhola e bua thata ya gore o bereka ka thata gore ka moso skwaja mantle a bankana ba gago. Hey, o na utlile botlhoko thata. O na re mama gagwe ke ene fela mo tsenyang sekolo, so o feel go o istile ka tšhelete. But anjwetsa tlhalefo tsa laka, from now on I'm gonna study hard. I'm gonna prove to myself and to my mother gore I'm worth being the lawyer. So aya jwalo le jwalo a feletsa degree tsa gagwe. Mama na itumetse, o tla ba o itumetse because I've achieved se ana batla gore ke sa achieve. In 2011, I don't have a job, I have a degree. That's when I came with an idea, okay, I go rekisa this part. Ke a mmotsa wa go dirisa ka a re gone ko sekolong ko university, I'm gonna sell them ko gating. And then ke a gopola down the line offense ntsa rekisa dikota jwalo. Ke ile a tla mo go nna sometimes samplela gore ngwanyana ene o na utlwana le ene ona. Wait ene ga ipona a dutse motho go ga rekisa dikota. A ka se bitse mma dikota. And then I got an internship ko law clinic ya ko Northwest University. Mid 2014, NPA in advertised the Aspirant program again. Even though my first 2 attempts were successful, I was not discouraged. I thought to myself, you know what, this one here, 2015, I'm going in. I wrote the examination, I passed, I went for an interview, and then later on, I received a call where you can come and sign your contract there, Aspirant. So I'm going for an interview with the senior staff at NPA, where they now have to review my contract. They will then consider as to whether they give me a post or a permanent job there as a prosecutor. Tsamaya monna o dire motlotlo. Itse gore ha o dire wena motlotlo fela. And criminals, be aware, my friend's gonna put you in jail. Getting that job will take out a whole lot of stress. At least I will know that my future is secured. My mom would obviously be happy for me because she knows she'll enjoy the benefits.
about to go for my interview today with one of the senior prosecutors here. I'm quite nervous, actually, to tell the truth. I'm hoping that my day will go well and I'll be successful in all the tasks that they give me today. I hope to make an impression that will last and that will stay with them so that they can consider me for that prosecutor post.
Morning, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, ma'am.
I'm fine, thank you. And your name is?
I'm Oftense Nkgwang.
Oftense Nkgwang.
Yes, ma'am.
I assume you're a law graduate.
Yes, ma'am. I graduated at the Northwest University in 2011, ma'am.
In 2011?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have applied for the Aspirant Prosecutor program?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, this is my third attempt. Yes.
Your third attempt?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you've written the entry examination that qualified you to be here today?
Yes, ma'am.
You said this is your third attempt?
Yes, ma'am, it is. I first wrote my first entry examination in Pretoria in 2010. Unfortunately, I wasn't successful then. And then I wrote my second entry examination in 2013 for the 2014 intake, aspirant intake. Unfortunately, again, I wasn't successful then. It was here in Randburg. And then when I wrote in 2014, that is when I became successful for this program. And then I subsequently came for an interview, and then, yes, I was successful then.
On your third attempt?
Yes, ma'am, on my third attempt. It was more first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, then I was in.
Okay. And then, seeing that you got your degree in 2011, and whilst you were busy attempting to become or aspiring to become an aspirant prosecutor, what were you doing between then and the last time?
I obtained my degree in 2011. The first 6 months of 2011, I wasn't working then. And then I first got my first job as an intern at the Community Law Center in Northwest University. There, I was tasked with assisting final year law students with their tasks around the Community Law Center. I was tasked with assisting members of the community in opening their cases and assisting them with legal advice. My contract was for 6 months,
okay. But
before it came to an end, I fortunately got an opportunity to serve my articles with the Justice Center in Mafikeng, from Legal Aid Justice Center in Mafikeng. There I served my articles for 2 years. The contract came to an end in 2013, okay. November. There I was tasked with assisting people who have been accused of committing crime. I was actually on the other side of what I'm actually doing now. I remember I was fighting with prosecutors almost on a daily basis.
Okay, just there. I just want to find out now, why do you want to be a prosecutor whereas you already started on the other side? You were defending the criminals, if I can put it that way.
Yes. Well, for growth and my personal experience for my career growth, I believe it would be in my best interest to have a feel of both sides, not just work and concentrate on one side of the law or only one aspect or one field. As back then I was defending, now I get to know how it feels to protect the interests of the community, because then I was merely working, or rather defending the interests of those who have been accused mostly. Now I'm working or protecting the victims of crime and communities.
So you're only in this program for your personal growth? No.
I believe as a prosecutor, you serve as a how can I put it? You serve the community, not just you. Obviously, there would be different aspects that come with this job, the advantages, so forth. So now when the community looks at you, they would see that there's the person who is acting on our behalf. There's the person who is trying to fight for our rights and those victims of crime. So I'm actually trying to assist them, the victims of crime. I always imagine myself as, especially if I'm dealing with a particular case where there are victims or consulting with a complainant, I would picture myself in their shoes. If that was me, how would I want to be assisted? how would I expect a prosecutor to assist me? So I act on their behalf based on that, knowing that in as much as they want their rights to be protected, I'd also want the same for myself. So it's not necessarily because I want personal growth or career growth, but it is also about saving the community out there.
Okay, I just want to highlight something to you.
Yes.
Being a prosecutor, it should be a passion.
Indeed.
It should come within you to say that, you know what, I want to be a people's lawyer. I want to make sure that I protect the victims of crime. Seeing that you've been in a program for some time now, for 12 months, this is the time that we will be assessing your competencies. By assessing your competencies, as I have alluded to you guys at the beginning of the program, so we will assess you and see as to whether at the end of the assessment you are able to be we can recommend you as a prosecutor.
I understand.
That will depend on your performance. And please don't forget, you need to do what you've been doing all along and what you were trained to do.
Yes.
Remember, as a prosecutor, you don't have to be kind, you don't have to be yes to everything, but you have to be a firm person.
I understand.
Justice must be served at all times.
Yes. I just came back from my interview with Ms. Ranganga. I believe it went quite well. It was a bit scary, you know, especially considering what's at stake here, my job. But I believe it went very well. I was able to answer all the questions that she put to me satisfactorily so, because I kept seeing her nodding and smiling, which I believe is a good sign on my part. Yeah, so I'm now looking forward to doing my tasks. I believe they'll also go well as I planned. Well, I'm very confident about them. Thanks.
Ona he, ha se mosebetsi o etsang fela. E ba bo wena ba hao, o ba moemedi ka nako tsohle. Ha le offense, o emetse taba ya hae. Monahano le pelo ya hae di tulong e hantle. Ka ho bana le takatso ya ho thusa setjhaba. O lekile hararo pele a ka finyella. Ho go supa hore ho hloleha ha ho tsho bofelo. Mahaslasi hore o finyele dikarabo tsa hao, bua, nahana, tsamaya, o itshware hape tje ka motho o lakatsang ho ba yena. Ho ithutela go ba public prosecutor, di pedi ditsela tse o ka di latelang. Sa pele, o ka etsa National Diploma Lurisi kapa yona degree, ntse o sebetsa as clerk ko magistrate office. Sa bobedi, o ka qeta dithuto tsa hao pele o sebetsa. Ha se o fumane degree ya hao, o etse LLB e leng yona he e tla ho beha sebakeng sa ka hodimo.
Hustlers, abaningi bethu besingazi nokuthi inkantolo isebenza kanjani. Ngaphambi ukuthi sibone ke iqala lakhe ke uOscar Pistorius lidlala ke kumabonakude. Ngabe ke licala ke livule iminyango ukuthi sikhombise ukuthi kahle kahle icriminal justice system isebenza kanjani. Yaphinde futhi eqhuguzela abantu abaningi ukuthi bakhethe ukwenza wona lo mkhakha. Sifuna ukwazi ngabe ke amacala kumele ngabe nayo ayakhombiswa kumabonakude, hayi nje kuphela osaziwayo. Sitsheleni ke imicabango yenu khona lapha ku Twitter na ku Facebook.
My name is Yusuf Baba. I'm the Senior Prosecutor Tutor under the Skills Development Section at the National Prosecuting Authority. I have been in practice for the past 24 years, 12 years as a defense attorney, and now currently 12 years as a tutor for the Aspirant training program. Good morning, Mr. Nkgwang.
Morning, sir.
As you are aware, today is your final assessment
Yes, sir.
for the Aspirant training program. As a result, I have chosen a whole lot of dockets, a variety of offences. The purpose is for you to apply your mind and to identify the criteria as you've been taught in the past 12 months.
Yes, sir.
These are the dockets which you need to prepare on, and thereafter we will start off with the assessment process.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nkgwang has done several tasks during this period. The first task was preparation. The function and purpose of preparation is to ensure that he understands and identifies the offence that transpired in the docket. Before he can do that, he needs to identify elements of an offence together with the identity of the accused. Once he passes that hurdle, he then looks at the relevant legislation that deals with the specific aspects and then formulates charges in the form of an annexure. And that is then put to the accused to plead to.
Hustlers, we got you under house arrest. We have been sentenced to a youth community service. Sikhombisa amanye career akhona lapha ngaphandle bafethu. Namhlanje ke sibheka i-criminal justice system. Samba naye hustler lethu u-offense obusy ke ngiqala ke engaselifaka umuntu kumdilika jele. Njoba ke abheka ama case dockets. Kodwa khona manje awuthi ngibophe inqondo zenu nginikeze wejump lethu yakule viki bafethu. Uyazi mele wenzeni? Ngaqhekela ukuthi liphi legama sifunayo ungene lapha ku social media ushiye eyakho impendulo. My selector asibanikeze exhibit A ihlelo lokuqala, which is the letter C bafethu. Ake ngithemba ukuthi sizokhona ukunceda. Khona manje samsibona u-offense ukuthi unalo iliso lokubheka into ezincane noma ke tokuduma upotiyani kube mnyama ebusweni benkawu bafethu njengoba ke azozimisela ukuthi arepresente i-community khona laphana, or the state should I say, khona laphana ecourt.
Well, as the Aspirant program, as it has already been pointed out by my seniors, is a 12-month program where you are given in-depth training on how to prosecute, how to conduct trials in court. It is now something different from what I was doing previously, and having to meet new people. So it's, the program itself is quite beneficial and very exciting to be a part of.
The function and purpose of preparation is to ensure that he understands and identifies the offense that transpired in the docket. Before he can do that, he needs to identify elements of an offense together with the identity of the accused. Once he passes that hurdle, he then looks at the relevant legislation that deals with the specific aspects and then formulates charges in the form of an annexure. And that is then put to the accused to plead to. The function of a prosecutor is to represent a victim in a court of law for a contravention either of a statutory offense or a common law offense, and to ensure that justice is seen to be done by placing all the relevant facts before a court so that a just decision can be made.
Well, normally when one receives a case, obviously you need to make sure that it is trial ready, and then you have to start preparing on it. Well, by preparing, what you need to do, you go thoroughly through all the statements that are in there, your complainant statements, witnesses, identify all the possible witnesses that are there, and formulate charges. Basically, I mean, you have to draft the actual charge sheet and the annexure there too. For example, the case that I've been given, I had to formulate charges there, draft the annexure, I had to identify the witnesses that I was going to use. I also had to make sure that I draft my arguments. My arguments being that summarizing the whole case, all the evidence that is in there, and identifying all the pieces of legislation which are concerned there, all the case law which I'm going to use in my argument, and so as to successfully present a solid case against the person who's been charged in that case before a magistrate.
Morning, Mr. Nkgwang. Have a seat.
Thanks.
Are you ready for your assessment?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nkgwang, will you proceed with your roll for today, please?
Yes, Mr. Baba, this is the list for my court roll. We have 8 cases on our roll today. 1 is for plea and trial, 1 is for bail application, the rest are investigations. Most of them, the 6 of them, the investigations are incomplete, so I'll have to postpone further for investigations, sir.
You say we have one trial matter?
Yes, sir. It's this one here.
What's the charge?
It's possession of drugs, contravention of Section 4B of the Drugs and Drug Trafficking Act, sir.
What type of drugs?
It was 0.81 of, what is it, methamphetamine. Meth, yes.
Do you have a 212 affidavit
Indeed,
indicating what the drug is?
I have it, yes, sir. Here's a 212, sir.
Okay, is the chain evidence intact?
Indeed, sir. All the statements from the people who handle the drugs, from the booking up until the drugs were sent to the laboratory, are in here, sir.
What type of obscurities have you identified in the docket?
So initially there were 2 witnesses here, or rather the people, when on the day on which the accused was arrested, there were 2 people there, the arresting officer and his crew member. Unfortunately, the crew member is no longer available.
In respect of your main witness that's present, is he the one that handed the drugs into the SCP-13 camp?
Yes, sir. He's the one who actually searched the accused, found the drugs on the accused, and booked them into the SCP-13. So his evidence alone is sufficient for us to proceed to trial, sir.
Okay. Have you managed to identify the type of sentence in terms of Drug Trafficking Act for that offense?
Yes, sir. It can be either a fine or a custodial sentence for him, yeah.
Okay.
Or a custodial sentence with an option of a fine.
Have you managed to prepare your case laws for that particular matter?
Yes, sir. I do have here. I also prepared my heads of argument as well, sir.
Okay. Is there any other problems you encounter?
No, other than the witness who's not available, nothing, sir. Everything is okay.
Do you require a local interpreter or foreign language interpreter?
The accused is conversant in English. She's actually a white lady.
Okay, and your witness?
He's also a white gentleman or male person.
Have you ascertained if they all speak English, or do you need an interpreter for Afrikaans?
No, they are all conversant in English, sir. So we won't need an interpreter.
Okay, then you may proceed with your consultation with the witness.
maikarabelo a mosebetsi ona a maholo haholo go tlola information fela le ha e ka ba e nyenyane e ka ba le ditlamorago tse bohloko o fentse yena o na le utlwisiso ya mosebetsi ditlhokwa le tsela ya mosebetsi ene hape o bohlale di-public prosecutor ba bala docket hangata ba kopa seponesa gore se ekeletse bopaki gore ba tsebe go aga case e tiileng ha case e se e felletse ba nka qeto ya go ahlola ba tla bitsa witness le motho ya bonang molato gore ba ihlahisetse teng ko kantorong ya tsa molao o lokela go bana le tsebo ka mekgwa ya batho ene hape o ahlole ka go nepahetseng Jeka ha docket e fedile yena ha o fentse o lokela go ikopanya le witness gore ba ihlophisetse sengwe le sengwe se ka tsahalang ko trialeng
Mr. Nkgwang, as part of your second task of the assessment is a consultation. Upon perusal of A1, it is not clear as to the role of the arresting officer concerning the search and seizure and whether permission was granted. Please clarify that. Okay? Yes, and also clarify in terms of what section he proceeded with the search and seizure.
Okay, sir.
Okay? And the other aspect you need to clarify is on the SCP-13, the last portion is not yet clear as to the SCP-13 number. Can you please just clarify that?
Okay, sir.
All right.
All right, sir.
Thank you. In task 2, Mr. Nkgwang had to consult with the witnesses to ensure that everything that transpired on that particular day is in the statement that he has presented in the docket. There are times during this consultation where Mr. Nkgwang will identify other charges, and that normally comes up to consultation. And the purpose of consultation is to ensure that we have covered all material aspects of the case so that we may present a comprehensive annexure or charge against the accused that he himself may understand and respond thereto. And that is the second phase and the most crucial phase before presenting evidence before court.
Morning, Captain. How are you?
Fine.
I'm all right. My name is Oftense. I'm a prosecutor here. We called you here today. I believe you received a subpoena
Yes,
to be
I
here
got
today.
it.
Yes. This witness is the person who had previously arrested the person in question in the trial matter that I was doing. So I had to consult with him because now we were going to trial and he had to testify before court or give evidence as to what transpired when he arrested this person and why did he arrest this person on that day. There's one matter in which you are involved, suspect by the name of Tracy Starr. I'd like to consult with you on that case because this matter is coming for trial today.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if whether you remember the case as it is.
Yeah, I still got an idea what happened there.
Oh, okay. Dates, everything sorted?
The dates, yes, I made so many arrests, I can't remember all the dates. If you can just remind me on the date, maybe.
Oh, okay. It was the 24th of October.
The one in Republic Street?
Yes,
No, I
in
remember
Windsor.
that one.
Yes, that one, sir.
My favorite saying is, law is the only profession that requires understanding of every other profession. For example, if you prosecute a person for fraud, then you need to know accounting to understand exactly why do you say this person committed fraud.
Can you briefly tell me what happened on that day? What led to the arrest?
Me and my crew, female constable Pick,
Okay.
was driving on Republic in a marked vehicle.
Yeah, can I see something here? Yeah. You can go. You can go on, sir. Proceed.
And I spotted this lady, white female, walking on the left-hand side of the road. I was also on the left-hand side of the Republic.
Okay.
And the traffic was a bit hectic. So as I passed, I could see her in the mirror, in the left-hand, in the side mirror of the car.
Oh, okay.
And I could see that she actually froze, and the next moment she took something out and she put it in her pocket.
I've done a few consultations. My general feeling about those consultations is that, well, witnesses come here and most of them have never testified before court before. Now you have to take them through that process. But unfortunately, you cannot tell a witness what to say.
And I could see that she actually froze, and the next moment she took something out and she put it in her pocket. And at that point, I then stopped. And we moved over further to the left. Me and my crew climbed out. I switched on the car's blue lights and stuff. We were in full uniform.
Oh, yes.
And we approached her, and I got my colleague, Sergeant Pick, just to ask her to be searched.
This is your crew member?
That's my crewman.
Oh, okay.
And we searched her, and Sergeant Pick found a small plastic bag, a Ziploc bag, with whitish powder in it. And she gave it immediately to me. So I looked at it and I then realized that it's cat. That's sold in that area daily.
How do you know that it was cat, actually? Let me ask.
If you take it, I'm not new in the police. I've been here for 25 years, so and I've dealt with drug possession and drug arrests and a lot of other arrests on a daily basis.
When I was walking around the village, you'd hear elders talking about Nelson Mandela, and then I wanted to know who this person was. Eventually, I found out that this person was an attorney. This person was a lawyer, but I didn't know what lawyers do. I didn't know what attorneys do. He was being portrayed as a hero amongst our nation. I wanted to be like that person. I just felt that, you know what, I want to lead like this person has led.
So at that stage then I arrested her, explained to her rights, that she understood. We were lucky we had forensic bags in the van. I took her back with the van with my crew and I put the stuff in the forensic bag, sealed it in front of her. She was happy with that, put her in the back of the van. We drove to the police station. At the police station she got out. I had the bag with me at all times. And then at the station I showed her the bag again to show her that it's still sealed, it's not been tampered with. Where it was then handed into the SP13. She was taken to the cells and we opened the docket and completed our statements.
Are you the one who signed the SAP13 showing that you're actually booking in the box?
I was the one that booked it in.
Oh, okay. And then your colleague, where is she now?
Unfortunately, Sergeant Pick passed away a few months ago in a shooting incident, and that's why she's not here today.
Oh, that's sad. All right.
A prosecutor's workload varies from station to station. A court like Randburg, for example, that services 7 areas and 7 police stations. The workload is enormous, and the pressure is enormous on the prosecutors because they need to guide each and every case.
All right. But will you be able to testify in court today?
I'll be able to testify in court.
Okay. Have you testified before in court?
A few
Oh,
times, yeah.
Oh, all right. All right. No, that's fine.
Not new on that.
So I believe you know how the procedure
I
goes.
know exactly how the procedures work.
Do you know who at the later stage booked out the drugs to take them for forensics?
Normally what happens is the docket will be allocated to a detective. From there, the detective will then book out the stuff in the SP13, take it through to forensics, and then obtain a 212 statement to either...
At least we have the 212 in here.
Yeah, to say exactly what was in the packet.
Okay.
And as far as my knowledge is, it's Catholic was in there.
My consultation with the police official was quite good. He was quite clear and straight to the point. He did not contradict himself during the consultation, and he remembered almost each and every little detail of what happened on that day. All right, no, thanks, Sergeant. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, pleasure, sir.
All right, I'll see you in court then.
Okay, see you soon.
Thanks, sir.
Offense o na le bokgoni ba ho batlisisa ene dipotso tsa hae di a utlwahala ha a tshabe go botsa dipotso tse thata mosebetsi ona o monate gobane o sebetsa ka di-case le batho ba fapaneng o moemedi wa tsa molao empa di-hour tsa teng di telele ka nako e nngwe o sebetsa ka tlhokagalo ya bopaki je ka ha dilo kaofela di le ka tlase ga taelo o fentse o lokela ho nka case ya hae a ise mane ko court a netefatsa hore o fumana justice ene hape ha ho mosoba o ya bona molato a ka tswang ka ona.
Mr. Nkgwang, we're now currently going to finalize the third aspect of your assessment.
Okay, sir.
That is your preparation phase is now completed. Now, what I will be assessing you on is your performance in court.
Okay, sir.
How audible you are,
Yes, sir.
and how you present the state's case.
Not a problem, sir.
Okay?
I understand.
You may now proceed into court so that I may assist you from here in after.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Task 3 is to ensure that Mr. Nkgwang was able to present the state's case in accordance with the law, at the same time having public confidence by being audible and showing the court that it's guiding the court with the relevant case laws, and also with regard to, yes, there was a shortcoming where the one witness died, but the law does make provision to consider that person's evidence. Overall, all 3 tasks are interlinked with one another, and if there's a shortcoming in any one of those particular tasks, a prosecutor will not be well prepared before court.
Objection, my hustlers. Kuthiwa ke into enhle iyanqonywa bafethu. Leyo nayo inhle bafethu njengoba ke simnqoma ke ufense uyawushaya umsebenzi akatatazeli. Kodwa ngiyazi lapha kuwe jambula. Uqada amadolo. Impendulo ayitholakali. Ngikho ngizoninceda bafethu nginikeze ama-clue amabini bafethu. My selector, ake sibanikeze ama-clue. Which is the letter I and S. Ake ngithemba ukuthi uzonceda ukuthi ngixazulule ke lenkinga noma ke liqala elapha kuwe jambula. Uma ke sibuya emva kwekhefu siyobona ke u-offense ayongena lapha enkantolo ashaya into adume ngazo kodwa khona manje the court is adjourned. We'll be back after tea.
Preparing to come to court, I need to make sure that when I get to court, I have that command. In the District of Johannesburg North, calling case number 3/3566 of 15, the state versus Tracy Star. Please stand up, ma'am. Your Worship, this matter is on the roll today for plea and trial. May I proceed to put the charges?
Yes, please.
Today being the 20th of April 2016, presiding officer Mr. Diache, public prosecutor Mr. Nkgwang. The accused is conversant in English, Your Worship. There will be no need for a language facilitator. For the defense advocate, Meso, Your Worship.
The accused stands before court on a charge of possession or use of drugs, that the accused is guilty of the offense of contravening the provisions of Section 4B, read with Sections 1, 13, 17 to 25, and Section 64 of the Drugs and Drug Trafficking Act 140 of 1992, that is possession of drugs.
The most crucial portion of Task 3 is to ensure that Mr. Nkgwang was able to present the state's case in accordance with the law, at the same time having public confidence by being audible and showing the court that it's guiding the court with the relevant case laws.
In the rapport about the 24th October 2015 and at or near Randburg in the district of Johannesburg North, the accused did wrongfully have in her possession an undesirable dependence producing substance as listed in Part 3 of Schedule 2 of the said Act, to wit 0.81 grams of methamphetamine. The accused is so charged, Your Worship.
Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. Ms. Starr, how do you plead to these charges?
Justice is not a one-man show, unfortunately. It doesn't just lie with the prosecution. There's a whole lot of other factors that are involved there. So I need to make sure that I engage those people there for me to have a successful day in court.
Not guilty, Your Worship.
This honorable court, Your Worship, I do confirm appearing on behalf of the accused person, and my name is Advocate P.P. Meso, Your Worship. Indeed, the plea of not guilty is in accordance with my instructions, Your Worship, and at this stage, Your Worship, the defense wishes not to disclose any defense in terms of Section 115 of the Criminal Code.
Thank you, Advocate. State, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Worship. In an attempt to prove the allegations against the accused, Your Worship, the state would like to call its first witness, Captain Hyde.
Thank you. Ms. Starr, please have it chain.
Thank you.
Overall, all three tasks are interlinked with one another, and if there's a shortcoming in any one, a prosecutor will not be well prepared before court.
The witness that testified on behalf of the state is a well-experienced member of the SAPS with a credible number of years in service of the police and holding the rank of captain. The witness did not know the accused prior to her arrest on the day in question, and therefore does not harbor any ill feelings against the accused. Your Worship, in addition to the testimony of the witness, the state has, with the consent of the defense, also read into record the affidavit by one Mr. Mabusa, who analyzed the substances which were found on the accused on the day in question, Your Worship. The chain of evidence regarding the handling of the substance is not in dispute, and therefore the state will not argue much on this aspect.
To be a prosecutor, you need to have passion. Passion is what keeps you going every day. You need to be a people's person, because on day-to-day basis, you meet a variety of people coming from different areas and different socio-economic backgrounds.
In short, Your Worship, without repeating the evidence which is before court, but however, through the state witness, is that on the 24th of October, the accused was unlawfully found in possession of 0.81 of methamphetamine, of which substance was seized from her back right pocket of her trousers. Yes, I was quite happy with how the case went today. The magistrate delivered a verdict. It was a conviction, which is quite good for me, because now at least I know that there's one person out there who has learned that drugs are not tolerated here in our country.
Welcome again, Mr. Nkgwang, and congratulations. You did well. I just received feedback from your tutor, Mr. Baba,
Yes, ma'am.
that the assessment went well. The magistrate was very impressed, and even during the program, your performance was very satisfactory. You just need to get above satisfactory.
Will do.
But be that as it may, the NPA will employ you as a prosecutor. We will employ you in a permanent post, so you'll have to sign an employment contract. I'm going to hand it over to you. You'll have to read it at your own spare time.
Yes, ma'am.
And as a prosecutor, you know you have to be in court or at your workstation from 7:30 in the morning until you finish with your preparation. Please do not disappoint us.
I won't, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Can I just ask, will I be deployed to a different place, or will that be in my contract?
What is written there is that your services will be needed. According to the Chief Prosecutor of the Eastern Cluster, you will be deployed in the Palm Ridge Court.
Oh, okay. No, not a problem, ma'am.
Do you have a problem with that?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm quite happy, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
But remember, once you are in the Palm Ridge Court, you cannot be transferred for at least a period of 3 years.
Oh, wow. That's fine.
So you have to stay there for minimum of 3 years before you can get a transfer.
I'll be there.
And you are appointed as an entry-level district court prosecutor.
I understand so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. And
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, everybody. Luckily enough, my efforts pulled through for me. I got the job. I'm so happy. At least a lot of things will be able to change in my life. I'd like to say something to all the hustlers out there, people with dreams. Everything is possible with God. Press up, push up, panda. Itara.
Congratulations, Oftense. Re ithutile go tswa go wena gore ke maitshwaro a hao go qaleng ha task ho fetisisang ene hape ho supang katlego ya hao kapa tlholego ya hao. Potso ya rona ya beke ena e tswa ko tsotetse a re yena o na le kgatlego ya tsa tlhago ene hape o batla go ithutela nature conservation. Tsotetse e ya mane ko YouTube o ile shebella iSpani series 6 re buile ka di-career tse tharo tsa lefapha lena gore o kgone go nka qeto gore o nka tsela e feng. Se seng tšhakela website ya Courtroom sebenza yona he e tla go isa ko Sanbi e go ne go ngata ka program ya bona. Program ena e aha di-skills e fa experience e ne ya le mosebetsi for batjha ba ileng gore ba na le kgatlhego ko biodiversity e ya ko YouTube ha sona le dipotso khutlela go nna nka thabela go thusa. Ha e ka ba gona le go sa o fumanang hopola o tšhakela Facebook kapa website ya rona ke emetse ya hao potso.
The jury's verdict is in, bafethu, and insizwa ilipopile iqala njengoba sithi halala kuwena Oftense wafezekisile amaphupho akho mfethu ake sithembe ukuthi zonke into zakho ziyohamba kahle wena lapha ekhaya sowungashaya ikhwela ukikilizele njengoba sowazi sina abantu abanjengo Oftense abazokukhusela uma uzithola usesenkingeni. Siyasazi ukuthi njengomphakathi siphephile kodwa nina niphephanga khona laphana ku-word jump bafethu awuthi ke nginikeze impendulo igama kade silifuna bafethu which is justice. Yeah, bafethu, come on, eh? Criminal justice system. I know, man. Uma uthole wrong, bafethu. Kumele ngabe ngiyakugweba because that is just criminal. But better luck next time. Mina ngumfana kaMntambo ngidonsa zonke intambo sengiphuma kanje. Uyazi hlangana nathi ku bafethu on our social platforms and on our website and also on YouTube and catch our repeats go Thursday ngo 11 o'clock ebusuku bafethu. Kodwa mina ngizohlala ngitshela ngithi don't look down, look up and stay up. Ngithi besikhuluma ngabukhonyovu bafethu awuthi ngivaleke ngama-hotel queens. Kungcono ukuthi usebenzele imali kunoku uphila ngamandla abantu ubambe inkunzi ebusuku nemini uphila kabi ngobugebengu. Ngithi stop crime bafethu and stay on the grind. I'm out.